Mm-mm-mm. 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 What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? We're getting everything set up, everything together. What up? 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 What up?
Yeah, you know, I just be.
What up? I know folks like, man, what the hell going on? What the hell done happened? Dana, what's the move? So what I'm gonna do before I go any further with this, I'm gonna say what up, everybody in the chat. What up, Firm? I think everybody need to be here for this, because today is D-Day. Doomsday for the real R. Kelly supporters, fans, friends, everybody. I'm at that point where I have to make a stand. And if I don't stand for something, I will fall for anything. Dana J back on deck. Let's go.
Yeah, you know, I just be, people want to tell whatever their version of the story is, and it'd be like, you know, I even felt the way even clearing it up, because it'd be like, why you so sensitive about that? But the bottom line is like, you know, I ain't never lived like that. You can't tell me something about myself that ain't true. Period. If it's about relationship, anything, you can't. That's not true. Stop. Matter of fact, stop talking about me if you ain't got your facts. You know what I mean? That's kind of whack. You know.
How do you deal with all the public chatter?
You know what I'm saying? You get older, you get wiser, you get more mature. That's not the focus. All that shit just water. Don't let the water get in the boat, you know? You know, make me react to how you reacting to me. I don't care. I'm me. The public should not even react to clown shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? We shouldn't even. It should. The public should follow the real niggas, and the real niggas ain't reacting, so y'all don't react.
Exactly.
You know, put this shit on. Put the dude on goofy time and just let him sit over here and do what he doing until that shit expire, because it always gonna self-destruct. Clearly.
Everybody that has been beating up on Dana J, they all about to feel real stupid, because that man has been telling us for a long time and we haven't been listening. Everybody that has been beating up on Dana J, they all about to feel real stupid, because that man has been telling us for a long time and we haven't been listening.
What you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spend you. That ass down, gotta make it last now. Start off slow, then I'ma beat it up fast, girl. I push it down, let it be known. Tell your girls you're gonna get low. Away from the door, keep not in here.
Everybody that has been beating up on Dana J, they all about to feel real stupid. Because that man has been telling us for a long time, and we haven't been listening. Everybody that has been beating up on Dana J, they all about to feel real stupid. Because that man has been telling us for a long time, and we haven't been listening.
Man, y'all heard that from Blockbender himself. Blockbender must have seen into reality what it was. Damn. Shout out T. Stevens. Thank you, bro, for this. The man must have had a glimpse into reality, went to the future when he put that out. Now, I'm going to say this. I wish everybody could have been on the same page. I wish everybody can come together as one. But it can't happen. Too many Judases in the camp. Too many eyes. Too many Indians. Or should I say too many chiefs portraying as Indians. Now, I'm going to say this real clear, real close. I do not play with snakes. I do not play with wishy-washy people. I do not play with backstabbers. I do not play with people who stalk people. I do not play with people who leech off of people. With that being said, Dana J tried to love everybody. Dana J tried to be cordial with everybody. Dana J got lied on. Dana J got stabbed in the back. Dana J got backbitten. Dana J participated in a shit show. Dana J cussed a lot of motherfuckers out. Dana J even called female bitches. Dana J also apologized to those females. Dana J even asked the dudes that wanted to see Dana J to just show up. But the question came out, how was that helping Rob? And every time they came against me and I repelled back, or I responded back. For the people who don't know what repelled mean, that means to turn back. When I responded back, they say, and put the women in front of them, and the women say, you got to act like Rob. What will Rob do? I had that put on me for a whole year. So now, I want to say, with all respect, me and Miss Sharon Wimbush do not have a beef going on. I have nothing but respect for her and the stance that she took. But since day one, I have said I'm 10 toes deep for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Damn if I do, damn if I don't. I lost some friends, or should I say some fake ones. I gained some real ones. I had to split with some. And I put my life on the line for others. But now, what I was woken up to after not being able to sleep all night, after participating in a broke ass nigga from Bolingbrook that want to keep running his mouth and threaten my kids when his kids are fucked up all the way around. And his baby mama is fucked up all the way around. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. To me happen to hear bad news about something I had no control over on yesterday. So I tried to get some sleep. Went to sleep at 6. Got woke back up like 20 minutes ago. And people saying, yo, what the fuck going on? I'm looking like, huh? I was shoved a video. I ain't gonna lie to you. I cried. Sharon Winbush is a force to be reckoned with. Sharon Winbush have a voice that people gravitate to. But to hear what I heard made me feel like I had to shit. And I don't have to go to the bathroom. It hurt. I ain't gonna lie. It hurt. Because for over a year, I've been telling y'all Don Russell and his mother have been hurting Rob. From the letter to the threatening shit to going on platforms, spewing lies, demeaning me, stabbing me in the back, to me and Miss Sharon falling out, to us working together and coming together and having fun for those 3 weeks. I got a glimpse of what the promised land looked like. I got a glimpse of it. And then the devil said, I'm going to give you reality. The reality of it was, you got work to do. With that being said, I didn't understand why. I didn't. I still don't. I didn't understand why. If I tell you, and if I come to y'all and say, I don't want answers, I'll be lying. But I know these are questions that I will never get the answer to. Because at the end of the day, what I eat don't make nobody else shit. And what they eat don't make me shit. So it hurt. Not only do it hurt, I'm 4 weeks away. We 4 weeks away from tight preparation. Then another 4 weeks away from a rally. And this is what's going on now. People are scrounging for answers. People are wondering why. People are wondering what the hell is really going on. Well, I'm not the Antichrist. You can just call me Moses. I'm here to tell the truth. And the truth is this. It's been a lot of behind the scenes conversations that at the end of the day ain't costing nobody nothing except for me problems. I don't like problems. And since it's affecting me, I'm going to talk about me. I've introduced people to Robert that has stabbed me in my back. And it all fell on me. Certain situations have fell on me because of, if I wouldn't have never brought nobody around, wouldn't nobody have never known these people. So I took the heat and I'm standing in the kitchen because I thought of doing a good thing would have been a great thing. I don't like the way I feel. I don't like the way I feel. And everybody that looked at my community post, I said, I'm going live and I'm going to talk about the topic. And the topic is the perfect picture. Some of y'all ain't going to like what I'm about to say. Some of y'all ain't going to like what I'm about to do. But guess what? I got to do what's best for me. I got to do what's best for Robert. I got to do what's best for others whose name I'm not going to disclose because I know the folks are watching me. I know everything I do, they watching me. I know whatever I say, if I slip and say something wrong, it can damage Robert. So I'm very careful that I don't do that. So I'm going to say this directly. Miss Sharon Wimbush, me and you have no issue. There's no issue here. But I choose not to deal with anybody who deals with Don Russell. He is the enemy, and he don't mean Rob no good. I'm putting the pieces together, and the perfect picture will be painted. So now the problem is this. Whose picture is going to last? Is it the perfect picture of the defense, or is the perfect picture of the prosecution? Okay, I'm going to give y'all the prosecution perfect picture today. It makes sense. What I'm hearing really makes sense. What I'm seeing really makes sense. So, to be transparent, I want people to hear. Whoa, what's this? Okay. I want people to hear and bear witness to what I was woken up to today. And like I said, it hurt me to the core to hear this, to know that Miss Wimbush never, ever defended Don Russell. But listen to this.
I have known Don Russell and his mother since January of 2019. And I am friends with both. I communicate with both of them more than anybody else in this situation. And I believe and know with absolute certainty that Don Russell and his mother are 100% for Robert Kelly. They have gone harder than anybody else that I've seen. They've put in the work, and they are valuable assets to Robert. I know just some of the work that they've done. that is not out there. I know the lengths that they have gone to help Rob. They have integrity, they're loyal, and they're two people that I would want on my team any day of the week. So because something is in court papers does not make it true. Don is my friend. I got him. I'm going to be with him throughout this. His mom is my friend. I got her. I'm in constant communication. Whatever they need, I will help them. And I'm not a fair weather friend. I'm not someone that turns my back on people. I'm ride or die. So Rob is my friend, and I know that Don and his mom are absolute assets to Robert. They're loyal to Robert, and they have Robert's back, and they've had his back since day one. So they have my full, complete support. All the naysayers, those who are having fun with this, that's pathetic, because the government is trying to look for anything and everything they can to make Rob look as bad as possible. So of course they're going to look at his strongest assets and try to say or paint a picture. But it's their burden of proof, and I know with absolute certainty Don would never do anything to hurt Robert, and he would do everything in his power to help Robert, and the same for his mother. So Don Russell is loyal. He is Robert's friend. He has Robert's back, and I stand with him during this time.
Only thing I can say about that is, wow. Wow. But I'm going to say this. People heard that and said, wow. Same thing I said. But she said she's friends with Don and his mother. Watch me now. She's been friends with them since January. It's easy to form a friendship. But she's known Rob for over 25 years. Now, I've read 2 motions. A arrest warrant motion and a restraining order from state's motion in the middle of the night last night. So I understand how I'm live. I'm going to have to call you back. So I understand how things can get misconstrued. So I look at the time frame, January 2019. And January 2019 and 25 years. It's easy to get sucked in because Don is a con artist. He got a sly tongue. It's easy. But I've never been his friend. I've always been a friend of Robert. I've always been friends with the brotherhood when we all got connected. So I'm going to say this. If I didn't know what I know, then I can understand the push. But when you force a king, I'm playing chess now. When you force a king to protect the queen and the pawn and the rook can't hold their value, sometimes the king gotta step over and make sure nothing happens. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. That's good shit. Sorry about that. But like I said, if I didn't know what I know, and see, and I'm gonna keep it real, Miss Sharon Wimbush is a good person. I've got to talk to her. I've got to chop it up. We laugh, we joke. I believe she's really stuck. And it's not because of her loyalty. It's because of she shared some things. I believe. I don't know how true it is, and that's not my place. I don't care. But if I only had to go off one thing, and that's what happened yesterday and the day before, then I'd be like, okay, let's give Don Russell some slack. If I didn't know him, but I know him. And I've been telling y'all for a while that Don Russell caused Rob a lot. People didn't want to hear it because it came from me. Why? Because I was arguing with everybody. I was beefing with everybody. Look at everybody that I beef with. One or two things. They have snaked me or they are the problem. I don't attack people unless I know what I know. Why you think Bedbug is so quiet? And then he tried to use it. Oh, I got the recording Sharon sent to me. That's fine. But I shake it off. People has been telling me for a while, Dana, you're an island. You don't need to link with nobody. But I always looked at it like as a team, we can accomplish so much more. But now I understand why islands stay by themselves. Because you don't got to worry about nothing backfiring unless you do it. So Ms. Sharon Wimbush said, the government says things to attack Robert. Well, I showed y'all the letter that came up in all the motions and the discovery. I told y'all about the bank account that came up in the discovery. I told y'all about certain things that's been going on. That came up in motions. I told y'all about certain people that's working with who. That came out in the motions. Levi came on here and said, everybody owed Dana J an apology. Only one man came forth. And I'm bold enough to say this. That one man, me and him been going at it for 3 months. Once again, I salute men that do men shit. So Trent, hats off, brother, because you seen it for what it was. You still might not fuck with me and I might not fuck with you, but The man did a man thing. He backed off when he seen all the fake shit going on. When the venomous snakes bit him and pumped him with bullshit. Like I say, I don't want to link with nobody. I'm standing alone. I'm drawing the line in the sand. Too much shit has gone on. Too much shit has cost me. But Miss Winbush, I must do this. And I don't want to. So, with that being said, where am I go first? Here. I'll go here first. You said you stand with Don Russell. That's your friend. That's understandable. Like I said, I stand with Rob. It's been my friend, my mentor, my guy for a while, for years. So for people that miss what happened last night, I'm going to go here. Just some live. Yeah. Mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Listen. Listen. I got it. Listen. Just watch the live. I'm gonna bring it all together. Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. But I'm live, so I'm gonna have to call you right back. Whew. So I want y'all to see this. It says the judge is telling Don Russell, you can't go to Florida. You can't go to Nevada. Makes sense. Two people, that one person that live in Nevada, one person that live in Florida, that don't like him and he don't like them. So wait a minute. Let's place it together. Rob don't have nothing to do with this. Rob don't know nothing. So now the mastermind, and I'm placing it together because look what the judge said. You can't go to Florida. You can't go to Nevada. No contact with victims or witnesses, including by social media. You will be subject to random home and employment visits. Who lives in Florida? Azriel. Who lives in Nevada? Larry. And somebody else whose name I won't speak of. And nobody should ever say her name because she have nothing to do with this. And then Don Russell say, I have a question. When I came to California, I brought my car with me. Can I drive it back to Chicago? The judge said, yes. You can even stay overnight as you drive. This is at his bond hearing in California. You can even stay overnight as you drive, but no longer. Normally, I hand you a paper to sign, but if you authorize me to sign, then the judge says, done. Anything more? And then it says the summons was served on his counsel in California. I'd like him to confirm on the record that his client has been served. California lawyer. Yes, Mr. Hanuez, which is a SP, which is a public defender, made those arrangements. The judge said that concludes our proceeding. And then previously, full discussion on Patreon. U.S. letter and analysis on Patreon. So that was in the middle of the night. Remember my topic, the perfect picture being painted. So, which leads me to, with what he was charged with the other day, and people saying, oh no, he ain't go to jail, he ain't get picked up, would lead me to believe that they gave him a $75,000 bond. And people saying, how can they do that? And he's the one that did it, but they blaming Robert for it. I'm gonna show you. The federal government is painting a perfect picture. This man, Don Russell, has came out and said multiple times, I'm his manager. I'm his friend for 30 years. I'm his consultant. I'm this, I'm that. And he was nothing. He placed himself at a place where he shouldn't have placed himself at. So the government allowed him to do certain things that he did. Why? Because they don't have a case on Robert. So they wanted to bring everybody. And they said, and remember I told y'all, I said Don Russell sat with them for 3 days, ate lunch and breakfast with them. Then came back acting funny like he was wearing a wire. Remember I said that. He got on the joint. I ain't never wear no wire. Yeah, but they took my phone. They only looked through my email accounts or whatever. But then 3 months later, he gets charged. So it make it seem like the federal government just picking on people. No, they painting a picture. And the picture that they painting is Robert has put these people in place to do the things that they did. And Robert don't know nothing about it. So it's easy for Ms. Wimbush to take the side of Don and his mama, because she don't know half the shit that they have done. Only thing she know is what people said they done. Miss Sharon Wimbush ain't the type that and that's what I take. She ain't the type that I think that will just, just go and do some shit like this. Not unless she just trying to remove herself from everybody. So as I looked at it, I had to quiver a little bit. The only way to remove yourself from everybody without explaining shit to anybody is to act like you for everybody, when you absolutely not. That gives you time to fall back from everything that you have indulged yourself in at once and say, fuck everybody, I need to regroup. However, Ms. Sharon Wimbush said he wouldn't do anything to hurt Robert. Well, I just got, about an hour ago, I got something else. Now, they let Don Russell out, right? They gave him a $75,000 bond. This man running around with R. Kelly trophies, stolen pictures, stolen this, stolen that, stolen this, stolen that. Trying to talk to people, going on wire. You see him in motions along with bloggers. But nobody paid attention. When Don Russell was on Texas Black Diamond, he said one thing. We got to get rid of Dana J. He's fucking up what we got going on. Well, do y'all remember when I told y'all about surviving R. Kelly? Somebody called in a gun shooting or a bomb threat. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the alliance that was formed then? On phases? When a certain person said, Don, I just want to apologize to you. And I told y'all then, everybody stand clear. The bomb is about to drop. Shit has already happened. And people was like, Dana, how the fuck you know? Ain't nothing going on. Whatever. Turn away from Bozo and this and this and this and this. Well, Blockbender said everybody that's been beating up on Dana J, y'all all gonna feel real stupid. Y'all remember that? And people took a joke to it. Why would we feel stupid about Bozo and this and this and this? I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna feel stupid. Just look at your screen. Sharon didn't know about this, but I did. I could have came and read this morning. Sharon ain't know about the $1 million scandal, but I did. I'm gonna show y'all. It's a press release from the United States Department of Justice. They don't normally do shit like this unless it's important. And when Department of Justice do it, you going to jail. The only reason why this is going on, Don Russell has lost his immunity. So while he on his way to Chicago, he going to have to go to New York to report. Once he go to New York, he's done. He's done. She's done. Now I can understand if Sharon even heard about this, how she need to separate herself. And I think she did a good job at doing it. To not be bothered with nobody. Because shit has gotten too thick. And like I say, this have a lot of twists and turns that have nothing to do with Robert. I said it once and I'll say it again. The ones that's really for Robert are being hit, talked about, ridiculed, slandered because they standing for him. This can get overwhelming, especially the ones that you think it's for him. It's for him. So let's read and wait. I told y'all that the Southern District of New York was coming. Y'all remember when I said that? I said the surviving R. Kelly shit is not going to go unknown. So let's read. And it say for immediate release, R. Kelly's manager charged with placing threatening call to Manhattan Theater. Audrey Strauss, the acting United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, and William F. Sweeney Jr., the Assistant Director in charge of the New York Office of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, announced today that Darnell Russell, manager of music recording artist Robert Spencer Kelly, better known as R. Kelly, was charged in 2 counts with threatening physical harm by interstate communication and conspiracy to do the same for placing a threatening phone call to a phone call to a theater in Manhattan to prevent the December the 4th, 2018 screening of a docuseries exploring allegations of R. Kelly's sexual abuse of minor girls and adult women. Russell is expected to make his initial appearance later today before U.S. Magistrate Judge Ona T. Wang. I'm going to stop right there. That paragraph alone is saying that Rob masterminded this when we all know that he didn't. So they only giving Don Russell 2 counts. Well, he said he didn't do it. You remember when he went on Texas Black Diamond and said he didn't do it? When he went on Blockbender and ignored it and got off the call? When he went on Hollywood Next and said he didn't do it, I was lying? When he went on Bedbug and said, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I'm lying? When he went on Phases and said, oh, he just trying to start shit. Then he came back on Phases and said, wait a minute. If anybody's asking questions that sound like Dana, I'm not answering. Why wouldn't you answer a question that comes from me other than you know it's nothing but the truth? I'm going to be honest with you. So yes, friends are caught up in fucked up predicaments right now. And with the actions that happened within the last 48 hours, everybody, and after the day, I mean everybody, is going to go dark for at least 48 hours or more. We have to regroup. This shit is uncalled for. This shit is unwarranted. Rob didn't ask him to do this, but wait. Threatening call to a Manhattan theater, and Don Russell only got 2 counts. Who do you think gonna get charged with the other counts? I'll wait. Because you have to charge a count to every person that was there. And it was 40-something people. So if Don Russell only going to get 2 counts, remember I said this is the painting of a perfect picture. Who you think going to get charged with the other counts? So while everybody was looking at me as being a liar because Don Russell said so, let's go to paragraph 2. Acting U.S. Attorney Audrey Strauss said, as alleged, Darnell Russell used threats of violence to stop a screening of a docuseries devoted to exploring allegations of sexual abuse against women and minor girls by the recording artist R. Kelly. By allegedly threatening a shooting at the theater, Russell prevented the screening, which was attended by a number of R. Kelly alleged victims. Threats of gun violence aimed at intimidating and silencing victims of sexual abuse are unlawful as well as unacceptable. We are committed to aggressively investigating and prosecuting such crimes. Now, wait, I'm going to pause that there. Look at it. Don Russell being accused of that. on the second line, right? On the second paragraph, right? But I'm going to ask y'all a question. Where have you heard that before on these YouTube streets? I told y'all the connection, everybody's together. Now, while the federal government is trying to paint this against Rob, I'm giving y'all free information of who was really connected. You see Bedbug, when he first, nigga, you can't come to Chicago, we shoot. Now y'all seeing Oscar the Grouch on steroids. I got red beams, I got this, I got that. But wait, the followers only going to do what their boss do. So if Robert is quiet and the brotherhood is quiet, there got to be one that come out swinging and knocking down shit, so that way the brotherhood and Rob can stand tall. And who might that be? Who might that be? So with that being said, y'all see the pattern. Bedbug, Oscar the Grouch, the Penguin, Don Russell. Y'all see it. Jetfly leaks. Y'all see it. Y'all see the connection. I'm going to help connect it for y'all. I don't know if y'all paid attention to the live that I was on with Sylvia Gucci, Miss Sharon Wimbush. She said something that sparked my attention. She said, everybody is backing Rob. And she started naming people. But when she named a specific name, I did like this. Then I started doing like this. Smoke and Fire. I had a great beef with Smoke and Fire. Or was it Fire and what was it? Fire and what? Smoke and a Fire. Yeah, Smoke and a Fire. Crazy. So this is why I can't rock with Don Russell. I've been saying it for a while. How can I rock with people? And I'm going to keep it real. How can I rock with people who's blatantly not having a different mind frame, but claiming they have the same mind frame that's literally trying to keep Robert locked up? Think about it. People like, well, Dana, you talk to Larry, you talk to Team Truth. They have a different mind frame. They believe that Rob is guilty. I believe that the victims are liars and they are nothing but accusers. And y'all didn't hear nobody talking about accuser until I said it. And then it got hijacked by Russell and his minions. So I don't mind being a trailblazer. I know what Team Truth thinks. They know what I think. But what about the ones that say, we for Robert Sylvester Kelly and doing everything to keep him in there? What am I supposed to think? Paragraph 3. FBI Assistant Director William F. Sweeney Jr. said, it defies logic that a threat like the one alleged here could stop victims from speaking about their alleged abuse. The violence Mr. Russell alleged threatened succeeded in shutting down one airing of the documentary, but he was unable to silence the women featured in the film. Each and every day, we do everything in our power to make sure victims of sexual abuse have the opportunity to be heard. And we'll continue to do so regardless of those who allegedly use violence as a means to stop them. Wait a minute. This paragraph, this last sentence. If nobody paying attention, I'm going to read it again. Each and every day, we do everything in our power to make sure victims of sexual abuse have the opportunity to be heard, and will continue to do so regardless of those, not him, not her, not them, of those who allegedly use violence as a means to stop them. That sentence let me know that they ain't finished. That sentence also let me know that they have videos of Bedbug, Hollywood Next, Oscar the Grouch with glasses, threatening different accusers. That means they ain't finished. That means they ain't finished. And with a motion like this, only one person could have dropped that dime on Don Ruffles like this. And that's the serpent herself, Cash Jones, which I'm going on record and say Dana J have no beef with her either. Nobody could get close to Don like this to detail all of this. And I ain't finished. So let's get to it. According to the allegations contained in the complaint, 1, unsealed today. Wait a minute. So this means that they've been issued a warrant, but they just sealed it and watched it, which makes it perfectly clear. Don, we gonna give you immunity. You go round up as many people as you can. We gonna put that wire on you so we can hear everything you do. Don must have violated somewhere. I know he violated that when he got on the internet. And when he got on the internet, that violated his immunity. From that point, Don Russell have to be held accountable for his actions. I told y'all when I first came on, if Robert going to pay for something he didn't do, I'll make sure everybody pay for what they did do. And I heard the threats just the other day when Hollywood Next said, if Don Russell go down, Dana J, you and Levi go down. Well, young lady, me and you ain't have a beef. But when you said that, that triggered me and some past things that you did to me. And you participated in some slanderous actions. You also participated in some threats when you went into the shade room. I got it all. So just because I don't say nothing, don't think I'm not there. I'm there, even when you're not. So it says Donnell Russell, then manager for R. Kelly, participated in coordinated effort, including through the use of threats of violence, to prevent the screening in December 2018 of a multi-part documentary or docuseries entitled Surviving R. Kelly at Newhouse. Oh my God. A theater in New York, New York, which is federal. The screening. The docuseries explores allegations that R. Kelly engaged in abusive sexual relationships with minor girls and adult women. I'm going to pause right there. With that being said, they used Don Russell to try to fulfill the RICO Act because they know R. Kelly can't be a RICO Act. He just one person. But what they didn't understand is that Robert Sylvester Kelly is not R. Kelly. R. Kelly is a persona that he's embodied when he gets on stage. Robert Sylvester Kelly is the man they have locked up. So a lot of y'all know R. Kelly, but very few know Robert Sylvester Kelly. And if you listen to Don, he said, yeah, I know R. Kelly all the time. A lot of people know R. Kelly. But do you know Robert Sylvester Kelly? Better yet, do you know Rob? That's the question that everybody need to ask. Do you know Rob? What is the point of going live? What is the point of showing Faith naked pictures? What is the point of showing a stolen trophy that's been reported? What is the point of showing Drea and Rob pictures and the kid pictures? What is the point? I'll tell you the point. But I'll give you the point when I finish this. And then it will all be so clear. Throughout the day of the screening, Russell, who was located in Chicago, Illinois, worked with, among others, another individual associated with R. Kelly, CC1. Whoa. Who was in New York the day of the screening. Oh, shit. I got to read that again. Throughout the day of the screening, Russell, who was located in Chicago, Illinois, worked with, among others, another individual associated with R. Kelly, CC1, who was in New York the day of the screening, to draft correspondence to an executive at the Lifetime television channel, discouraging the executive from airing the docuseries. Additionally, Russell admitted that he sent Newhouse a cease and desist letter to stop the screening from going forward. When that failed to stop the screening, Russell attempted to contact various law enforcement agencies in and around the theater, seemingly in a further effort to disrupt the screening. Russell contacted a Newhouse employee directly via a landline associated with Russell's home address in Chicago. Wait, I thought Russell lived in California. It clearly says via a landline associated with Russell's home address in Chicago. I hate to say this, but I'm like E.F. Hutton. When I talk, you should listen. I said he lived with his mama, didn't I? Because he got evicted from his house that he got off a CPN number in California. Let's finish. To threaten that there was a person in a theater with a gun prepared to shoot up the screening, the threat call. After receiving the threat call, the Newhouse employee called 911. The Newhouse canceled the screening and evacuated the theater. I wonder who was the person in the theater with the gun? Could it have been the same person that blew up the car? Hint, hint, hint. Now, if y'all caught that, good. If y'all didn't, you slow. Russell, 45, of Chicago, Illinois, is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to threaten physical harm by interstate communication and 1 count of threatening physical harm by interstate communication, each of which carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison. The statutory maximum penalties are prescribed by Congress and are provided here for informational purposes only, as any sentencing of the defendant would be determined by the judge. Ms. Strauss praised the outstanding investigative work of the FBI and special agents with the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. This case is being handled by the office's public corruption unit. Damn. Assistant United States Attorneys Peter J. Davis and Laura Pomerantz are in charge of the prosecution. Wait a minute. Pomerantz. I heard that name before. Oh, okay. The charges contained in the complaint are merely accusations, and the defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty. 1. As the introductory phrase signifies, the entirety of the text of the complaint and the description of the complaint set forth herein constitute only allegations, and every fact described should be treated as an allegation. Have a question. It say attachments. Download Don Russell's complaint. Signed. Let's see. Here we go. Bam. There we go. So let's read. And I'm going to say this before I start. If they saying it's only an allegation as of right now, why would they be going this far to do this? We all know Robert Kelly's situation are allegations. So why is he being held without any bond? You want to know? Let's go there. Let's go down the reality road. He's been held without bond because people out here are doing shit in his name that he knows nothing about. You heard when Greenberg released a statement when he said, did Rob know anything about the $1 million thing? He said, I don't know nothing about that. I don't even talk to them. But they out here doing stuff in his name. Now make that make sense. So for all the people that say, I support Don Russell, he's my guy. How can a government, now I can understand the state reaching, but the government is telling you everything they got. Now, who could have went and dropped the ball on him as he was trying to do everybody else? The one woman he was trying to mess with and couldn't get. I'll let y'all be the judge of that. But if he can get a bond, why can't Robert get a bond? When he's the one that did this shit, not Robert. And the one thing I'm going to point something out to y'all. Every motion Every arrest motion that came out within the last 48 hours, the first 4 pages contain Robert Sylvester Kelly. I told y'all, the title is The Perfect Picture. So when they don't have nothing on them, you got to create a narrative. You got to paint the picture to the juror. Let's keep it real. This is a double-edged sword. Some of y'all going to tell me I'm crazy for what I'm about to say. The best thing right now, and I struggled with this to believe this, but then I had to sit and grasp my own psyche. The best thing right now is for Robert to be where he's at. I'm going to tell you why. And before y'all cuss me out, wait, listen. If Robert was home, look how easy this would be for them to say, yep, Robert did it. But with him being locked up, with him being restricted to even talk to his lawyers, so you know he ain't talking to nobody else, how can this be possible of Robert orchestrating this? I'll wait. I'll wait. So when this come up and they say, Robert Sylvester Kelly told him to do it, you know what Rob gonna say? How? And y'all had me locked up and wouldn't let me out. They got a bond before Robert did. Witness intimidation. Ain't that what's in Rob's charges? But they gave this man a $75,000 bail. Shit. Rob got alleged some stuff and he had $1 million bail. So what's up? Look at what's going on. I want all the people that sleep to wake up. But look what it says, sealed complaint. Let's see what this say. Wait. And before we do that, it says Southern District of New York, Carrie C. Calnan, Special Agent, Federal Bureau of Investigation, being duly sworn, charges as follows. Let me explain something to you. The government can reach. No, I'm sorry. The government can overreach and nothing be done. But if the government reach and is false, they can be sued. The government ain't going to take that chance to be sued. So they'd rather overreach than to reach. So let's listen to what count 1 is. Conspiracy to threaten physical harm by interstate communication. Now, nope, I ain't even gonna touch that part. On or about December the 4th, 2018, in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Darnell Russell, the defendant, and others known and unknown, willfully and knowingly did combine, conspire, confederate, and agree together and with each other to commit an offense against the United States. I'm going to stop there for a second. Darnell Russell, the defendant. Here's the key phrase right here. And others known and unknown, willfully and knowingly did combine, conspire, confederate, and agree together with each other to commit an offense against the United States. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? If Don Russell is a defendant, who's the others? known. I'm gonna stop there. But then they say and unknown, like it's a person in the back dictating them to do it. So now they make perfect sense why they didn't immediately lock Don Russell up, because they had to paint the perfect picture that Rob is a monster. And because they didn't have anything at first, the only way to paint a perfect picture is to get somebody that claim that he's close to him, to act out, to get people to do what they need to do, to create chaos so they can keep the unknown locked up. One day, y'all gonna listen when I talk. Now, people saying that theater is not federal. Well, if it's not federal, how did he call in a threat to the theater? And now they saying commit an offense against the United States. That lets you know that's a federal building. To wit, threatening physical harm by interstate communication and violence of Title 18, United States Code Section 875C. When I brought that out, Don Russell said, Dana ain't know what he talking about. I ain't never do no shit like that, but that wasn't me. So the federal government, because I'm quite sure Don Russell told them that too, the federal government went and hit that cell tower. Don Russell, come in here and talk for a minute. Yeah, they took my phone. They just got into my Google account. We match your voice with that voice, which sounds like the same thing they did with the analysis when he tried to get the $1 million joint. I'm breaking it down. Well, okay. Well, Joshua, all right. That's your choice. Like I said, number two, it was a part and object of the conspiracy that Donnell Russell, the defendant, and others known and unknown, there you go again, placed an interstate telephone call to threaten physical harm to those attending a December the 4th, 2018 screening of Surviving R. Kelly at a venue in New York. New York called Newhouse, Madison Square Newhouse, in violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 875C. Overt acts. First of all, let me see how many pages this is. That's the way I can tell. Okay. Overt acts. Okay. In furtherance of the conspiracy and to affect the illegal object thereof, the following overt acts, among others, were committed in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere. A. On or about December the 4th, 2018, Russell placed an interstate telephone call to Newhouse threatening physical harm to those at the theater and attending the December the 4th, 2018 screening of Surviving R. Kelly. B. On or about December the 4th, 2018, Russell attempted to block his phone number and placed a phone call from his cell phone to a New York City Police Department. Damn. Precinct located in New York, and in the vicinity of the theater set to screen Surviving R. Kelly. Yo, you bold. Title 18, United States Code, Section 371. Count 2. Threatening physical harm by interstate communication. On or about December the 4th, 2018, in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Darnell Russell, the defendant unlawfully, knowingly, and intentionally did transmit in interstate and foreign commerce a communication containing a threat to injure the person of another. To wit, Russell placed an interstate telephone call to Newhouse in New York, threatening physical harm to those attending the December the 4th, 2018 screening of Surviving R. Kelly at Newhouse, and aided and abetted the same. Wow. The basis for my knowledge and the foregoing charges are in part as follows. I am a special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI. During my tenure as a special agent with the FBI, I have conducted and participated in numerous investigations of criminal activity, including but not limited to threats in violation of Title 18, United States Code, sections 875 and 2. Overview. Whew. Since in or about January 2019, law enforcement has been investigating the involvement of Darnell Russell, the defendant, and then manager for music recording artist Robert Sylvester Kelly, better known as R. Kelly, in a coordinated effort, including through the use of threats of violence to prevent the screening in December of 2018 of a multi-part documentary or docuseries entitled Surviving R. Kelly at Newhouse, a theater in New York, the screening. The docuseries explores allegations that R. Kelly engaged in abusive sexual relationships with minor females and adult women. 7. Specifically, and as detailed below, throughout the day of the screening, Darnell Russell, the defendant, who was at and around his residence in Chicago, Illinois, worked with, among others, another individual associated with R. Kelly, CC1, I know who that is, who was in New York the day of the screening to draft correspondence to an executive at a Lifetime television channel, discouraging the executive from airing a docuseries. Additionally, Russell admitted that he sent Newhouse a cease and desist letter to stop the screening from going forward. When that failed to stop the screening, Russell, using two different cell phones under his control, attempted using two different cell phones under his control. Time out. When I told y'all that Rob didn't have his cell phone, a lot of y'all was saying, oh, Dana lying. So now y'all hear the investigator saying Russell, using two different cell phones under his control, attempted to contact various law enforcement agencies in and around the theater. If y'all remember on Blockman the joint, when I said, why would you call from Rob's phone? And he said, oh, whatever. Dana don't know what the fuck he talking about. It's right here. Seemingly, in a further effort to disrupt the screening, finally, Russell contacted Newhouse directly via a landline associated with his home address to threaten that there was a person in the theater with a gun prepared to shoot up the screening, the threat call, at and around the time of the threat. I'm live. I'll call you back. Russell texts CC1 that the cops may be sick, may be coming soon. It say sick right there. Okay. After receiving the threat call, the Newhouse employee called 911. Newhouse canceled the screening and evacuated the theater. Moreover, to conceal his involvement in the scheme, Russell directed CC1 to delete his text message to CC1 regarding the police arriving at Newhouse. Cash. God damn. Relevant phone numbers. Based on my participation in this investigation, including my review of phone records and search warrant returns, I have learned the following. Among other things, Darnell Russell, the defendant, is the primary user of a cell phone assigned. Hold on. Don Russell, the defendant, is the primary user of a cell phone assigned a call number ending in 5608. The Russell cell phone, and a cell phone assigned a call number ending in 3030. The Indie Build Corp cell phone. Damn. Russell is also the account holder listed on a landline phone associated with Russell's home address in Chicago, Illinois. Hold on for a second. I got one of those. That was choking. That's what happened when you don't take the medicine, bro. Sorry about that, y'all. The Indie Build Corp cell phone. Russell is also the account holder listed on a landline phone associated with Russell's home address in Chicago, Illinois, the Russell landline. B, CC1 is the primary user of two cell phones. One assigned a call number ending in 8553. CC1, cell phone 1. Whew. And one assigned a call number ending in 5659. CC1, cell phone 2. Collectively, the CC1 cell phones. Wow. The day of the screening. Based on publicly available sources, interviews with, among others, an employee of Newhouse, and my review of documents obtained from Newhouse, I have learned that on or about December the 4th, 2018, Newhouse, in collaboration with the Lifetime television channel, was scheduled to host the premiere screening of Surviving R. Kelly. The docuseries explores allegations that R. Kelly engaged in unlawful sexual activity with numerous minor women and engaged in sexually, physically, and emotionally abusive relationships with several adult women. Guests to the screening were expected to arrive at Newhouse at approximately 6:30 p.m. On December the 4th, the screening was to occur from approximately 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. with a panel discussion about the docuseries to be held following the screening. The participants in the panel discussion were to include certain alleged victims of R. Kelly who, based on my review of phone records, I have learned that while Russell is believed to be the primary user of both phones, there have been instances where the Russell cell phone is in communication with the Indie Build Corp cell phone. However, the Indie Build Corp cell phone and the Russell cell phone do not appear to communicate with each other. On December the 4th, 2018, i.e., the date of the threat call. And instead, as detailed herein, Russell appears to have used both phones in furtherance of the scheme alleged herein. Based on my review of phone records, I have learned that the Russell cell phone is subscribed to in the name of Indie Build Corp, a company that is run by Russell. Similarly, the Indie Build Corp cell phone is subscribed to in the name Indie Build Corp. Additionally, the Russell cell phone was seized from Russell in or about July 2019. pursuant to a judicially authorized search warrant. Based on my participation in the investigation, including my review of phone records, I have learned in substance and in part that the can be reached or CBR number for the Russell landline account is the IndieBuild Corp cell phone. Wow. Appear in the docuseries. I told you who was behind that bleeped out screen. Nobody want to believe me on that. God damn. I think I just need to stop talking to folks. I don't think none of y'all just gonna believe me, so ain't no need for me to keep talking. I'm gonna just let it come out. Based on my participation in the investigation, including my review of phone records, cell site records for the CC1 cell phone, a witness interview, and my review of search warrants returns, I have learned that CC1 and a relative of CC1 were in New York the day of the screening. Cease and desist email to Newhouse. Based on my participation in the investigation, including my review of phone records, interviews with, among others, an employee of Newhouse, and my review of documents obtained from Newhouse, I have learned of the following communications on or about December the 4th, 2018, in substance and in part. From approximately 9:12 a.m. to approximately 2:47 p.m., Donnell Russell, the defendant, and CC1 communicated repeatedly using the Russell cell phone, the Russell landline, CC1 cell phone 1, and by email. In substance and in part, Russell and CC1 discussed sending an email to an executive for original programming at Lifetime. The draft email expressed concerns regarding your upcoming Surviving R. Kelly production. The email further stated, in substance and in part, by now, I'm certain you and your production team have met the acquaintance of the alleged survivors and had ample time to witness the character of each woman and or parent individually. From approximately 6:16 p.m. to approximately 7:06 p.m., Russell, who was at and near his residence in Chicago at the time, called the number for the Newhouse reception desk, which is available on the internet, using the Russell cell phone and the IndieBuild Corp cell phone. For example, at approximately 6:18 p.m., the IndieBuild Corp cell phone called Newhouse. That call lasted approximately 6 minutes and 38 seconds. Man. Based on an interview of an individual working for Newhouse, employee 1, on the evening of December the 4th, 2018, I am aware that employee 1 answered a phone call at Newhouse from the IndieBuild Corp cell phone, and approximately the time detailed in the subparagraph B above. On that call, a person claiming to represent R. Kelly informed employee 1 that he intended to serve a cease and desist letter on Newhouse to prevent the screening of Surviving R. Kelly. The caller stated, in substance and in part, that the caller was a representative of R. Kelly and that Newhouse was to cease and desist in its screening of the docuseries. D. Subsequently, at approximately 6:58 p.m., a cease and desist letter was emailed to Newhouse from a person purporting to be an attorney, demanding in substance and in part that Newhouse not go forward with the screening. Russell asks CC1 if the screening is going forward. Based on my participation in the investigation, including my review of phone records, I have learned that shortly after the cease and desist letter was conveyed as described above, Donnell Russell, the defendant, and CC1 made efforts to determine whether the screening was going forward. Specifically, I have learned of the following communications on or about December the 4th, 2018, in substance and in part. A, at approximately 6:59 p.m., a cell phone associated with the relative of CC1 called Newhouse. At approximately 7:01 p.m., the Russell cell phone called Newhouse. From approximately 7:03 p.m. to 7:05 p.m., the Russell cell phone and CC1 cell phone were in communication by text and voice calls. For example, at approximately 7:04 p.m., after the cease and desist letter had been sent as described above, the Russell cell phone text CC1 cell phone, are they continuing with the screening? CC1 replied yes. As noted above, at the time, CC1 was in New York. Russell calls the NYPD and the New York Fire Department, seemingly in an effort to disrupt the screening. Based on my participation in the investigation, including my review of phone records, historical cell site information, and public records, I have learned that following the efforts to disrupt the screening by sending a cease and desist letter, as described above, Darnell Russell, the defendant, made a series of phone calls to law enforcement located near Newhouse. In particular, I have learned of the following communications that occurred on or about December the 4th, 2018. At approximately 7:12 p.m., the Indy Bill Corp cell phone called a number for the NYPD Midtown South Precinct. I have learned that the NYPD Midtown South Precinct is located approximately 1.4 miles away from Newhouse. At approximately 7:14 p.m., the Russell cell phone called a number for the NYPD Transit District 4 Precinct. I have learned that the NYPD Transit District 4 Precinct is approximately 0.6 miles away from Newhouse. I have also learned that before making that call, Russell attempted to block his number by dialing *67. Based on my training and experience in analyzing phone records and my review of publicly available websites, I know that dialing *67 before making a call blocks the recipient of the call from seeing the number that made the call on the recipient's caller identification device. Historical cell site information for the Russell cell phone shows that the Russell cell phone was at or near Russell's residence in Chicago on the evening of December the 4th, 2018, and therefore Russell was not in New York or in a location where the NYPD could be of assistance. At approximately 7:23 p.m., the Indy Bill Corp cell phone called a number for the Fire Bell Club of New York, the Fire Bell Club of New York number, which is an organization associated with the New York City Fire Department and is located approximately 0.3 miles from Newhouse. D. At approximately 7:25 p.m., the Indy Bill Corp cell phone called the number for the New York City Fire Department headquarters. E. At approximately 7:27 p.m., the Indy Bill Corp cell phone called the Fire Bell Club of New York number. F. At approximately 7:27 p.m., the Indy Bill Corp cell phone called 311. Based on my review of publicly available sources, including the New York City website that lists the FDNY headquarters number, I have learned that the 311 is the general number for non-emergency services. Historical cell site information for the Indy Bill Corp cell phone shows in substance that phone was also located at and around Russell's residence in Chicago at or around the time the calls detailed above were placed. The threat call is made to Newhouse from the Russell landline. Based on my review of text messages between CC1 and Darnell Russell, the defendant obtained by law enforcement, I have learned that on or about December the 4th, 2018, at approximately 7:36 p.m., Russell using the Russell cell phone text CC1 in substance, the cops may be arriving shortly. Based on publicly available sources, interviews with, amongst others, an employee of Newhouse, and my review of documents obtained from Newhouse, I have learned the following in substance and in part. Hold on. At approximately 7:37 p.m., employee 1 received a phone call at Newhouse from the Russell landline. On that call, an individual said in substance and in part that someone at the screening had a gun and was going to shoot up the place. By the time of the threat call, guests had already arrived for the screening. Employee 1 relayed the threat to security guards working at the event, as well as a manager for Newhouse and a 911 dispatcher. Ultimately, the screening was canceled and guests were evacuated from the scene. No shooting ever occurred. B. Based on my participation in this investigation, including my review of phone records, I have learned in substance and in part that on December the 4th, 2018, at approximately 7:37 p.m. and 7:38 p.m., the Russell landline placed two phone calls to Newhouse. The first phone call lasted approximately 23 seconds, and the second call lasted approximately 20 seconds. Based on an interview of employee 1, I believe that one of these calls was the threat call described above. As discussed above, historical cell site information for the Russell cell phone places the Russell cell phone at or near Russell's residence, and therefore the Russell landline. Let's continue. Communications after the threat call. Based on my review of text messages between CC1 and Darnell Russell, the defendant obtained by law enforcement, and my review of such warrant returns, I have learned that on or about December the 4th, 2018, at approximately 8:05 p.m., Russell, using the Russell cell phone, text CC1 in substance, delete those messages about 50. Based on my training and experience and my participation in this investigation, I believe that 50 is an employee 1 indicated that the voice of the person calling and the phone threat sounding different than the voice of the person who had previously called regarding the cease and desist letter. Employee 1 also indicated that he heard a click as if the person was calling from a landline, although he believed the caller who made the threat call may have been outside at the time of the call. Hold on. Based on my training and experience, I know that cell site data, also known as tower face or tower sector information, reflects the cell tower and sector thereof, utilized in routing any communication to and from the cell phone, as well as the approximate range of the cell phone from the tower during the communication. Because cell towers are often a half mile or more apart, even in urban areas, and can be 10 or more miles apart in rural areas. Cell site data can provide general and location information, but is not as precise as precision location information. We almost finished, y'all. I got 2 more pages after this. Reference to the police, and that when Russell wrote, delete those messages about 50, he was referring to the prior text message that Russell had sent CC1, which stated that the cops may be arriving shortly. Based on my review of search warrant returns for the Russell cell phone, I believe that in addition to the direction to CC1 described above, Russell deleted these text messages from his own phone prior to the time law enforcement seized the Russell cell phone in July 2019. Based on my participation in the investigation, including my review of phone records and public records, I have learned of the following communications on or about December the 4th, 2018, in substance and in part. A, the Russell cell phone placed a phone call that lasted approximately 6 minutes to a cell phone used by R. Kelly at approximately 8:53 p.m. Here we go. At approximately 10:26 p.m., the CC1 cell phone texts the Russell phone 911, call now. At approximately 10:34 p.m., the Indy Bill Corp cell phone called CC1 cell phone 2. The call lasted approximately 23 minutes. CC1 cell phone 2 and the Indy Bill Corp cell phone exchanged phone calls at approximately 11:20 p.m. and 11:48 p.m. Based on my review of search warrant returns for the Russell cell phone, public documents, and law enforcement databases, I have learned that the Russell cell phone has a contact for Russell's mother. Wow. I have also learned that on or about December the 4th, 2018, at approximately 11:20 p.m., Russell's mother texted the Russell cell phone in substance, be humble when if you talk to this debunk everything right here. Be humble when if you talk to Rob because you made another move without checking with him first. Even though it was for his benefit, he might not approve of your actions. I have also learned that on or about December the 5th, 2018, Russell's mother texted the Russell cell phone in substance. My calls were to tell, not to mention the woman's name that is assisting you. Remember, someone in Rob's circle may be a mole. So now we understand where the mole shit come from. So give her an alias. Based on my participation in the investigation, I believe that Russell's mother was referring to R. Kelly when directing Russell to be humble when if you talk to Rob, and referring to CC1 and the threat scheme described herein when directing Russell to conceal the name of the woman assisting you. Russell and CC1 draft a statement regarding the threat call on December the 6th and December the 7th, 2018. Based on my participation in this investigation, including my review of search warrant returns for the Russell cell phone, I have learned the following. Among other things, on or about December the 6th, 2018, CC1 texts the Russell cell phone in substance and in part, you're going to love this plan. Wait a minute. On or about December the 6th, 2018, CC1 texts the Russell cell phone in substance and or part, you're going to love this plan. And this statement I just wrote, CC1 subsequently texts the statement to the Russell cell phone, which stated in substance and in part, the incident which took place at the recent Lifetime screening was most unfortunate, and we empathize with anyone who was affected by it. However, Mr. Kelly is once again being targeted and accused of acts beyond his control. For months, we have watched as his name has been slandered, and women he once cared for deeply, as well as his family, have attempted to assassinate his character for their own financial gain. As Mr. Kelly's team, we have urged him to speak up, but due to his selfless nature, good moral character, and out of the love and respect he's had for his family and these women, especially his ex-wife and mother of his children, he has not wanted to retaliate. But everyone has their limits. For the record, Mr. Kelly, the artist, will never be muted. And now Robert S. Kelly, the man, will no longer be silenced. The truth will be revealed. Time's up. So wait a minute. Don said that he wrote this, but now we know this came from CC1. This pretty much releases Rob from a lot of the stuff that's going on. So why are they still holding him? They pretty much saying that this is not him. So why are they still holding him? So B, I'm lost. On December, come on. On December the 7th, 2018, Russell, using the Russell cell phone, texted CC1 in substance and in part that he wants to change the last sentence. He, like everything else, based on my participation in the investigation, I believe that Russell was referring to R. Kelly in this message. Russell subsequently text CC1 in substance and in part, damn, I see I got this one wrong. CC1 responded in substance and in part, someone who's passionate about genuinely helping could never be the wrong, but I digress. Based on my training and experience and on my participation in this investigation, I believe that Russell was referring to the threat scheme described above when he said, damn, I see I got this one wrong. Russell admits he contacted Newhouse on December the 4th, 2018. On or about August 21, 2019, law enforcement agents conducted a voluntary interview. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Y'all remember when Don Russell said that he came in because they summons him and they came and got him? And I said, no, you voluntarily went down there to talk against Rob? Well, here it is. Once again, Dana J was right again. On or about August 21st, 2019, law enforcement agents conducted a voluntary interview of Darnell Russell, the defendant. After being advised of the identities of the interviewing agents and the nature of the investigation, Russell stated the following in substance and in part. Russell wanted to figure out how to stop the docuseries from airing and sent a cease and desist letter to, among others, Lifetime and Newhouse. Russell sent the cease and desist letter to Newhouse using both his personal and business email. B. CC1 was in New York on the day of the screening, and Russell was in contact with CC1 that day, but Russell denied making the threat call to Newhouse. Uh-oh. Here's where it get thick. Based on my participation in the investigation, including my review of search warrant returns for an iCloud account belonging to Darnell Russell, the defendant, I have learned of a recording of CC1 speaking about R. Kelly. I have learned that on that recording, CC1 said, in substance and in part, Don Russell got identified as the person who called in the fucking gun threat, which was stupid as fuck, and Rob didn't know shit about it. They said the New York PD traced it back to him. Wherefore, the deponent respectfully requests that a warrant be issued for the arrest of Darnell Russell, the defendant, and that he be arrested and imprisoned or bailed as the case may be. And that came out today. But I got a problem with this right here. And I'm going to tell y'all why I got a problem. And maybe y'all going to understand my next mode of operation that I'm going to take. It says, based on my participation in the investigation, including my review of search warrant returns for an iCloud account belonging to Donnell Russell, the defendant. I have learned of a recording. So that means that when Cash called me and flipped the whole script, Donnell Russell was on the phone listening to our conversation. I played that recording. But the federal government got the recording of Cash Jones speaking about R. Kelly. That's the conversation that me and her had when I said I don't fucking trust Don Russell and I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And then it says, I have learned that on that recording, CC1 said in substance and in part, Don Russell got identified as the person who called in the fucking gun threat, which was stupid as fuck, and Rob didn't know shit about it. She clearly said that to me, and I said, yep, why the fuck you still talking to him? And then they said the New York Police Department traced it all back to Don Russell. So I'm being recorded. And my name didn't show up. The other action showed up, but it don't list me as nothing. So I'm clear from that so far. I didn't know. However, I got a problem. Got a problem. Just. Yeah. I'm live, but I'm going to call you back. Okay. Right. Oh, you want me to put you live with this? Oh, you want me to put you live while you're saying this, or you just want to tell me live? I am live, but I didn't put you on there because you called my personal phone. So you want me to put it live or what? Hold on. All right, go ahead and say it.
Yeah, the second part I can't say live. So
right.
I'm live now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. This is the when the government reaches, because Robert has not broken, because he hasn't took the deal when they first offered him the 3 to 5. I don't know if everybody know that. They offered him a 3 to 5, which was almost 7 months ago.
But they didn't believe me when I said that.
They'll never believe you, but they're gonna learn one day. So what they're doing is, this is called an overreach. The government makes money off of conviction. Now, right now, we can't take up for Don. I'm sorry. Nobody told you to do that. Now, like his mother said, and this is what I meant by Robert loves his mother. She don't know the things that Don be out here doing, and we can clearly see in the message she told him. You know, Robert would never approve of that. He don't go around hurting people. He didn't tell none of these people to go attack victims, so they act on their own. And this will not fall on Robert, and I am so happy he has been incarcerated while all this has been going on, because guess what? If he was out, they would have blamed him. And then we also have to remember, the only reason that the building became federal because the victims were in the building.
Yep.
That's when it became federal. And see, Don didn't know these iPhones, and I want everybody to listen to this before I hang up. These iPhones, okay, I'm old school, right? These iPhones have chips in them, which leads to iCloud, where they can track the last store you entered in and bought a soda. They can track where your phone company is. They can track the last gas station you pumped gas. So for future references, if you have an iPhone, turn your locations off. Turn your iCloud off. And I'm going to get off of this app. I'll talk to you once I get off.
All right. Well, if y'all remember, when I played this on my backup channel, Don Russell popped up and said, damn, you're a snitch. I looked at the chat and I said, I don't snitch about nothing. But here's the threat that got called in. Listen to who's being blamed for this.
So we were at the screening of Surviving R. Kelly, and there was a threat called in, and they had to evacuate everyone, and the survivors are going in their van, and they are leaving the scene. We have all been asked to go out. This was not a heavily promoted event.
I'm Chad. Incredible threat. We think it was done by obvious parties to detract from this moment and this important subject. And so I hope everybody is okay.
This is Joshua Dubois. He is one of the people that does a lot of this promotion for these shows that and films that are focused on Black people. And he's a really amazing man, and he's done something really great here. But we were evacuated. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, that people see this movie. That's right. Oh no, this is live, baby. You know I'm live. Let them know. This is it. We are live. We are documenting. That is it. That is it. That is it. We are live. Oh, so this is Jamila. You guys know Jamila. You know Sister Burke over here. You know all these other people. We are all here in this building talking about R. Kelly. And how we hate that nigga, and we hope he dies. You know, that's real, sis. We hate this nigga. We ain't gonna shut us down. Fuck, it ain't no threat. Ain't no threat. You ain't shutting down Lifetime.
For y'all to stop all this.
That's it.
Mute R. Kelly.
Mute R. Kelly out this bitch. That's right. That's right. Mute Kelly. Mute R. Kelly. Mute R. Kelly. Mute R. Kelly. Mute R. Kelly. Get that nigga out of here. Kelly. Mute R. Kelly. We got to keep these survivors safe. Got to keep these survivors safe. We were evacuated because there was a threat called in. So whenever you have a lot of Black feminists in the space and you have survivors of this fucking rampant ass bastard, somebody's being funny. They think that shit is cool. It's not, but that's all right because the show is debuting on January 3rd. On Lifetime. It's a 3-part series, and we're all going to be sharing the story of these survivors. And how do y'all feel about it, brother?
I mean, listen, as a brother right here from Hartford, Connecticut, fuck you, R. Kelly. Ain't none of y'all gonna abuse nobody.
That right there just took me to a whole level of anger. And they showed that playing on lies and TV shows and shit that played on people's emotions. One thing that she said that really should have pissed everybody off is feminist group. So the movement that's being pushed is the feminist group. But before that movement, a lot of people ain't pay attention to the movement that Barack Obama pushed. Women are right. You shouldn't question a woman because women are right. I didn't come from that era. I came from the era where everything and everybody, if you don't rock with it, ask questions. I can't wait to September the 28th. I can't wait for the rally to be great. Like I said, that rally is going to be good. I'm not participating in no activities leading up to that. I got to repair some things that I had nothing to do with. So I'll be taking my time doing that. I will be coming live from time to time, but I'm taking some time off after this live. I will be back Monday, but I will take the necessary days because I have to put the final pieces of the puzzle together. But relating to my title, painting the perfect picture, the government, and I'm gonna go on record and say it, and I'll say it to them. The government is taking people who claim to be close, who are rats, who will do anything for $1. As Don Russell has said, R. Kelly should have paid his people. He should have paid me more when you were nothing but a glorified bus driver. So anybody that rocks with him, I can't rock with you. That's how I feel morally and personally. No hard feelings. But I refuse to get in bed with snakes. I refuse. And I just got out of a situation that I had no control over, and I find myself back into another situation that I have no control over. So with that being said, I owe the brotherhood an apology, because all the problems came from folks, not all, but majority of the problems came from folks that I thought were good people that I brought around. So with that being said, here's my honest apology to the brotherhood. Now, no new friends, nobody else. My trust is gone. We're now facing a major dilemma. We just got to wait and see how it play out. But when you have people that were close, that's not talking to people because of other people's actions that you are connected to, that becomes a problem. And I will not sacrifice any type of friendship for a problem. Well, like I say, it is what it is. This a road I gotta walk alone. This a cross I gotta carry alone. Too many people has been affected. And the common denominator was the common question was, well, who do they know? How did they get in? Who brought them? The common denominator was Dana. Things going on that I knew nothing about. So with that being said, I got to repair things that were broken because of my honesty and good heart and belief in people. Y'all be great. Y'all be great. Remember, put God first in everything you do. This is nothing but a test that I gotta pass. Remember, you kill hate, negativity, and lies with truth, honesty, and respect. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Also, remember, elephants don't swat flies. Most important, be someone important. Be yourself. Y'all be blessed. Dana J. Gone. Out.